Hello, today is Thursday, October 10th. This is day 101 on the pHix Fat Burning Challenge, where you're supposed to do measurements with an app like Me360 and not do weight. But I'm a contrarian, I do weight. 220. All right, so 220 minus a pound for the double insulated bathing suit and the phone that weigh a pound. And after 101 days, I definitely know that they weigh a pound. So 219. No change since yesterday, but that's okay. You know, losing the tonnage doesn't happen overnight. It took 10 years to put it on. I don't expect it all to go away instantly. Anyway, this is the product I'm taking called pHix, pHix, 1.2 milliliter. This is the front of the box. Fix your drink, 30 snaps. Each one of these is a snap. This is the back of the box. The main ingredient, hops, flour, adiphyte. The only other ingredient, purified water. So the hops, the mature hops flour extract is called adiphyte, and it was discovered in, I believe, 1953, but the problem was it cost $1 million a gallon to extract. Then another Japanese company tried to do it again in, I think, the 80s or 90s, and it cost them $500,000 for a gallon to extract. So they were trying to make a weight loss drug, something like one of those injectables out of it, but they couldn't figure it out, and they couldn't figure out how to extract it at a reasonable price. Some 70 years after it was discovered, the company we're working on with figured it out. Took them years, but they got it done. So now we got this product and it's affordable. And so how you use it is that you put the white side of the packaging towards a glass of any liquid, follow the directions, either the pictogram or the directions say snap one pack into your favorite drink, and then obviously drink it. Recommended usage, 1 to 2 servings per day. So you fold it in half, give it a good squeeze, get the liquid out of the snap and into the glass. And you can see I have a pile of them from using them. And then you drink it. And what's going on is the product, when it gets into your intestine, activates some nerve endings, some receptors, and that turns on brown fat, and brown fat turns on the burning of visceral fat in a process called thermogenesis. And so everybody has visceral fat, whether they're large or skinny, doesn't matter. Everybody has it. It's in there. It's the stuff that's deep in your body that surrounds all your organs. So you need some of it to survive and some of it to live, but you don't need as much as most people have. Now, I'm not a doctor. I do not diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure anything, and neither does the product. But we do work with doctors who are part of the team, and they say you need to give this at least 3 to 6 months for it to have the optimal result and start working properly. Because we as humans are very toxic, depending on where you live. If you live in a city and you're breathing in the exhaust from cars and trucks and taxi cabs all day long, and the way that our processed food is, and the air we breathe, etc., toxicity happens, and we need to clean out our bodies of all that toxic. The medical term is gunk. So you got to get rid of the gunk first. And that's part of what this product does, is it helps you detoxify. But turning on thermogenesis is going to burn off the visceral fat. And then after the visceral fat is gone, then it goes after the subcutaneous fat, which is the stuff you see, the spare tire around the belly and all of that. Hips and thighs on women, bellies on men. Typically, that's how it goes. But this product, coming from the mature hops, being an extract from the mature hops flour, it's vegetable, vegan, all natural, plant derivative, 100% safe. They discovered it in the 50s. They didn't have it at a price that was affordable, but they had enough of it that they could do some clinical trials, double-blind, placebo-controlled, blah, blah, blah. And so they did the controlled studies and found that it works. It works with almost 100% of the people. There's no side effects. There's no contraindications. You can take it from an infant's age up to a senior and everything in between. And you can put it in any liquid: water, tea, coffee, juice, soda, milk. You can put it in alcohol: beer, wine, whiskey, gin, vodka. Doesn't matter. It's colorless, it's odorless, it's tasteless. So it's just like putting water into something else in just a little bit. 1.2 milliliters, it's like putting water into whatever you drink. You could put it in coffee, hot or cold. Temperature doesn't matter. It just has to get in your body and start the process, and then thermogenesis turns on and you melt away. But you have to give it time. One of the things I read in one of the clinical trials was that most people see the effect towards the end of when they're taking it, 4, 5, 6 months later, towards the end of when the clinical trials were being held. The biggest result was after taking it for a while. Again, because, it took you a while to get big, right? You didn't just eat a pasta salad or whatever and blow up and gain 100 pounds in a month. It took years, probably decades, to get large. And I can tell you from my own experience, took me about 10 years at sitting in front of a computer and talking on the phone and not really moving so much before I put on the weight. But I was up to about 250 pounds at my heaviest. I started taking this product when I was 244 pounds. I started making videos when I was 240 pounds. And today I'm at 219. So I'm 25 pounds down from when I started on the product, although I'm a lot more down from my peak and my ultimate weight gain. But I can tell you from my own experience, as soon as you get big, the one thing you want to do is lose the weight. And I keep saying weight, and I keep correcting myself on the videos lately, is that it's not weight you want to lose, it's size. Because fat is light and fluffy and large and takes up a lot of space, whereas muscle is dense and hard and heavy. So you could be putting on weight while getting skinnier at the same time. So, but because I've been saying this for decades, I'm probably going to continue to say, yeah, people want to lose weight, but they really mean they want to lose the fat. And once you lose the fat, all you have left over is the muscle. So again, check out the website. There's plenty of information there. onethinyou.com, the number 1 THINYOU.com. And if you've been to the food store lately, you know about inflation. It happened, it's still happening. So we have a side gig. And so if you want to make some extra money, all you have to do is find people who want to drop a couple of pounds. And we're everywhere. According to the CDC, 70% of the US is overweight or obese. And check your own eyes when you go out to a store or a college campus or just about anywhere. Look around and check out the people. Almost everybody has some extra weight they're carrying around, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy, it doesn't look good, doesn't feel good. When I was a kid in my teens, 20s, 30s, very active, doing lots of sports, it was easy to keep the weight off. But then broken bones, torn rotator cuff, tendons and ligament damage, and getting bitten by a poisonous snake a couple of years didn't help me much. Now walking across the house is exercise for me sometimes. So, I can tell when the barometric pressure has changed and we're going to have a storm. My knees tell me by searing pain. So as you get older and you accumulate toxics and toxins and injuries and everything else, it wears away at your body. So sometimes exercising, even basic exercise, you should. Do you have to? No. Should you? Yeah. You got one body. So treat it right. Should you eat organic and good food? Yeah, absolutely. You should. Can you? Can you afford it? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. But you shouldn't eat all that processed crap that comes in cans and boxes. You know, if it's one ingredient, meat, veggie, fruit, nut, seed, if it's just one ingredient and you can pronounce it, that's food. Everything else is phude. It's not meant to go in a body, but we eat it anyway. And with all the pesticides and herbicides and glyphosate and everything else, all that toxicity accumulating in your body, that's why we get fat, to kind of sequester away all those forever toxins that your body doesn't recognize, has no idea what to do with. So the fat comes on in order to keep that from attacking and harming your organs. Anyway, that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down. I've already gone far enough down that one. Anyway, check out the site, onethinyou.com. I always try to do this view as well. The spare tire love handle that I don't love, that nobody does. My goal was originally to get below 200 pounds. I still have that goal. I'm at 219. I have a ways to go. But in 101 days, having dropped a solid 25 pounds, that's great, because it took me a decade or more to put all this weight on, up from 185 up to 250, but now down from 244 down to 219 in 101 days. It's a lot less time than it took me to put on the weight. But I don't expect miracles. This is not liposuction, but it also is perfectly safe and doesn't have all the side effects of those popular injectables and, swallowing pills all day that may or may not help. And I've tried all the diets over the years. I've tried keto and paleo and carnivore and veggie only and fiber only and no bread and only bread and intermittent fasting and OMAD, 1 meal a day, and exercising and calorie deficits and everything you can imagine, everything you can find out on the internet. I've tried it all. And I still blew up. So this is the only product I found so far in the last decade that made any sense and is actually working. And how do you take it? Put a liquid in a glass of water and drink it. If you can drink liquid, you can drop the fat. Anyway, I'm going to keep doing videos every day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Go check out the website, onethinyou, the number one, THINYOU.com. Watch it, watch the videos, check everything out. If you have any questions, give me a call. More than happy to talk to you and answer anything I can. And if you want to do some internet marketing, I've been doing this for a while too, and I can help you in that direction as well. And we can show you how to make a good side gig income while losing fat, getting skinnier, maybe getting heavier, but definitely feeling better. So thanks for watching. I'll see you back here tomorrow.